Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this call. It is Monday evening, the 3rd of October, and we have the privilege to serve you in the crypto school. And tonight we do crypto talk. So welcome to crypto talk on this Monday evening. Thank you, Marius, for allowing the people in while I'm busy talking. I appreciate that. Welcome to this call, everybody. And what an exciting time we live in. It is October. It is October. And we know what that means for crypto. For 3 years, it's green, and 1 year it's red. And 3 years, it's green, and 1 year it's red. And we had 3 years of green. So this is a year of, this is the 4th year, Jason. So maybe I should not have said that, eh? But this is what we do. This is who we are. And we want to come and serve you tonight. And Jason has prepared his charts. Well, not prepared, he's just charting, and he's going to discuss his charts with us with where we are. And I think it's interesting times. If you go look at the economy in the world, it is absolute interesting times. And that's why we talk about preparing for the end of 2022. And this preparing for the end of 2022 is with regards to your crypto portfolio, but it actually is so much more at this time, because everything is democrat in the world. Everything in the financial system is democrat. This afternoon, I read an article of someone saying, a reputable one of them, we always see them and listen to them, but a reputable person saying that this is Bitcoin's opportunity to rise with the trouble that's in the financial markets again, in the financial system. And we know that the financial system is propped up technically, because there's an election coming in the US, and we know this is happening every time that is happening. But this is where we are. Markets that are propped up for a political party to receive the vote that they need, and then anything can happen. But we are in October, and we see some green candles, and then the green candles turn red. And but we have with us the person that knows exactly what is happening in that space. And I know he's going to shout at me because I said he knows exactly what's happening in that space. Well, he's charting every little bit of what's happening in that space. And it's none other than our subject matter expert for crypto trading, because of what he's doing, because of the road that he walked in crypto trading, the years and years now that he's been charting this and doing this. And that's an absolute privilege to have you on the call on a Monday evening to come and chart for us and just come and discuss the markets and what you feel and think with regards to the market, Jason. And we really appreciate that you put yourself out there every Monday evening to come and share with us. But I know previously I had the word OPA there before Jason's name, because tonight I decided to take it out again because it was a joke. But he's still an OPA. But it was a joke for that time. So we're not saying you're not OPA anymore, Jason. We just taken the joke away, because we don't want to joke about the markets tonight. Tonight we want to be serious. Jason, do what you do best, please, buddy.
Thanks, Daniel, and good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. So I'm going to set the tone with, first of all, a website called Crypto Bubbles, and this is showing us what coins have moved out of the top 100 in the last week. And you can see some nice green candles, green bubbles, I should say, not candles, that have gone over 10% in the last week. QNT, MKR, RSR, MV, and then there's some smaller bubbles here that are just less than 10%. So there's about 4 or 5 here that have gone over 10%. That's in the top 100. If we go to the exchanges, we can filter this now by the exchange. So if we go to Binance, we can get a different view out of the Binance exchange. And there we can see a few more greens here that have gone over 10%. Coty, I saw a nice move today. For example, 11%. PHP 23, Sun So there's a few more that's come through here on Binance. And then if you go to another exchange that we trade on called KuCoin, they've got a lot more of the alternative coins. And yeah, we can see some massive moves in coins like small caps, EON 119, Hero 72, CPOO 49, Whoop 30. Then is a 51-year XDB. So if you just have a look at these bubbles, I would say roughly 50% green, 50% red. So for the past week, not too bad, but nonetheless very difficult to trade because you don't know what coin is actually going to be popping next. And you have to obviously buy when the price is low and then try to sell when the price is high. So, you know, in hindsight, it's difficult to actually talk about it and say there was a lot of coins that had moved. But unfortunately, most of us didn't get these coins. But nonetheless, it sets a bit of a tone to the market. Now, the subject I want to talk about tonight is really getting prepared for what's going to happen, potentially happen in the next 3 months, October, November, December. And I want to share, first of all, sorry, tell me if you can see this new share.
Jason,
Yeah?
you see it.
You share it, okay. So September is normally traditionally a very bad month for trading, and we've experienced that last month, September. And you can see, if you look at the years on the left-hand side here, it goes from 2022 down to 2013. And if you have a look at September, we've had a 4% negative for Bitcoin last month. But if you go back and just have a look at the previous years, most of the Septembers have been very, very bad. So of the year, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 9, 10. So there's been 2 times out of the last 10 years where there's been green. But if we move across now and start looking at October, November, December, you see that October last year we had a 40% rise in Bitcoin. The year before that was 27.7, and the year before that 10. And then in 2018 was a bear market, so we went backwards, 3.83. And then there was a whole lot of greens before that. So out of the last 9 years here, there's been 2 red, so 7 green out of 9. So October is normally a month that should do very well. And then November, there is 6 out of the 9 months that have been green. And then December, there's normally a bit of a sell-off in the beginning of December. And then there's a New Year rally towards the end of December. And out of that, there was 4 out of the 9 that was green for the whole month. But if we just have a look at October, I think we're going to be particularly have a good month. And we can already see that the signs are there. Just having a look at today, that the signs are potentially there that we can have a good October. And the first chart we're looking at here is called the 10-year yield. Now, this has been going up quite a lot over the last year. You can see here, we'll go back here right to before even April. You can see we've come from right down the bottom here. This was actually August last year that it started moving up here. So for almost a year now, over a year now, it's been moving up, but it really has been moving up quite a bit since the beginning of August this year. But what I've noticed today is that we've got a support line here that is broke to the downside. Now, a 10-year yield that is moving up is indicating that there's now risk in the market when it's moving up quite fast. And this break today has possibly indicated that there is now a possible rejection here at 4% last week, and this is going to carry on trending down. And this area that we're currently in at 4% is quite a big resistance area, and we have to go back quite a bit to see that resistance all the way back to, this was in 2010 and 2008. So between 2008 and 2010, you can see this 4% area is quite a strong resistance that it looks like that we currently got rejection here and a possible move back to the downside. So we're hoping that that takes place. And the second chart is the DXY, the strength of the dollar, the US dollar, against a basket of other currencies. And same with the 10-year yield. We have gone up into a area resistance last week at 114.8, and it looks like we have got possibly rejected there. We have actually dropped below the next support of 112.50, and we're just below that support currently. But this area that has got rejected in, we need to go back also into history to go back and see that area that I'm talking about. And if we look here in August 2001, it was actually a support there. This 115 was a bit higher over here. There. In 1982, of all days, there was a support there, and it was rejected in August 1981. So there's a whole lot of resistance in this area, and above that there's massive resistance 121. But for now, it looks like we have got rejected there, and we are starting to move down. So those two things are very, very positive for both the stock market and for the crypto market. And right now we can see that the S&P 500 for this afternoon has started moving up quite favorably, and it's 2.63% up for the day. But more importantly, last week we lost this June low over here at 3640 on the S&P, and for the last couple of days it's not been looking too good, because the price actually went up and retested this area, got rejected, and started moving down on Friday. But luckily enough, we've seen now a move up again. Donnie, will you just let the people in? We've seen a move
Marius is
up.
doing that. Thanks, buddy.
We've seen a move up this afternoon, and that's looking quite good there. We're now 3679, and it looks like we have now got above this resistance area here of 3670. So we're in the beginning of October, and the signs are here are telling us that there is potentially a good month ahead as far as stock market is concerned, and also crypto market. If we go across to Bitcoin, and I'm looking on the daily here, we are in a falling channel that has been in place since November last year. So this white channel, falling channel, and we came down here in June. We hit a low of 17,649. Found support there, gone up, and we have pretty much gone up to 25,000, got rejected, came all the way back down, and we're back down on this massive support area here, this green block here, between 18,500 and 19,200. So this area is massive support, as you can see. Now, importantly here is this white line here that's coming down that has been acting as resistance since November. You can see we touched in March this year, and we touched again in September, and we almost now at that white line again. So the thing is, we haven't got to that line yet, and we're not too sure how price is going to react once it gets to that white line. But if there's a break to the upside there, obviously that's going to be very bullish for the crypto market. But if we get rejected and the price starts moving down again, it's very important that this green block holds between 18.5 and 19.2. If this block of support does not hold, it will obviously mean that we're going to go down and test lower levels of 17,649 and even possibly lower than that, down to 15,000. But if we focus on the positive, there's a possibility that we can obviously go up from here, and I'm using the possibility, and go and test high areas of resistance. And one of those areas of resistance is this area of that's been massive support in the beginning of last year, massive support in May to July last year, and also massive support from May to June this year of between 28,400 and sort of 30,500. And if we just go to the left here and just have a look at that area here, you can see this area was acting as support here last year also, and in January last year. So you can see that when we dropped here with the lunar crisis in June this year, we haven't gone up and retested this area. There is a lot of liquidity up in this area that has to be captured. So my thought process is that if we do break here, we have to obviously go through all these resistance areas, but there is a possibility that we can go up and test this area of 28,000 to 30,000. And as I say, we're very, very close to the end here. And based on this idea around what the 10-year yield's doing, is dropping now, the DXY seems to be dropping, and possibly the stock market turning around, we could have that move to the upside. Johnny, I don't know if you want to add anything there.
No, Jason, it's just imperative that we understand that it's good for crypto if the government 10-year yield bonds come down. It's good for crypto if the strength of the dollar comes down. So we need both of that in our favor, and there are signs of that. So yeah.
Absolutely. So if we go back here and just go and have a look also at the Dow Jones, and the Dow Jones unfortunately is still below the June low. I've showed you the S&P is already broken to the upside there, but the Dow Jones has unfortunately not crossed that there. You can see the June low there, and we still have to get to that area there. And we are moving up, so it's not looking too bad. The stock market 2.67% up for the day, so that's looking very positive. If we just go now and have a look at the total, the total one. The total one is the total market cap for all cryptocurrency, and the 200 moving average is sitting at 906 billion. And you can see there that it has been acting as resistance in the beginning of October, and there is a bit of resistance right now, but if we can get through that level, then we can obviously go up and test the higher levels here of 960 again, and then above that is the $1 trillion level of resistance to the upside there. And then the total two, which excludes Bitcoin, you can see that this morning this level is down here below the 527 billion. We are now above that. The next resistance there is 537. And interesting enough that the total 2 is in a falling wedge, falling channel. And this is normally bullish. There's a 68% chance of a break to the upside. But besides this blue channel that we're in here, there is also a massive channel on the outside here that still has to be broken to the upside too. That's in the total 2. The total 3, this now excludes Bitcoin and excludes Ethereum. So it's just really the altcoins. And yeah, we are above support now of 365. So you can see we're starting to build a bit of momentum here also. Sorry, the other thing that I want to show you on the total 1, if you go into bigger time frames, you can see that Bitcoin is almost that line that's coming from November last year, but the total market caps have still got a bit of way to go. And that is really because of the second coin, which is Ethereum, on the coin market cap, that is unfortunately still got quite a bit of way to go to get to that November line. So there's still a bit of way to go. And that's reflecting here in the totals that are including the Ethereum, the altcoins. Now, if we just focus on the month of October, and I want to go back and look in last year what actually transpired with the chart that is called the Bitcoin dominance. And I will show you now while we look at the dominance chart. We go to the 1st of October last year. So we were over here sitting at 41% dominance in Bitcoin out of the total market cap in the beginning of October last year. And that dominance ran up for almost 3 weeks, from that 41.3 right up to 47.7% over 3 weeks. And if we look at Bitcoin over that same time frame, over October 2021, it started here at $41,000, and to the 19th, which was roughly over a year, went up to 65,000. So it shows us that Bitcoin went up in that time frame, and it also shows us that the dominance went up over that time frame. So what this is indicating is that money was flowing into Bitcoin over that time, out of the altcoins, out of the main alternative coin Ethereum, and it was flowing into Bitcoin. Now these periods where Bitcoin outperforms altcoins and altcoins outperform Bitcoin happens on a same sort of time period every single year. Now, if we look where we are right now, we can see that what's happened with the dominance from the 9th of September, and this was after the ETH merge, we have been going up with the dominance. And you can even see today how that dominance is now sparked up above the support here of 41.28. So this clearly shows that money is flowing into Bitcoin. And if we just have a look at the Bitcoin chart here right now, we can see how the Bitcoin is moving up here. And this is over the last 6 hours. And if we just have a look at Ethereum over the same period, Ethereum has, from 4 o'clock this afternoon, Ethereum has moved 2%, and over the same time frame, so Bitcoin's also moved only 2%. But it tells us that Bitcoin is obviously outperforming the altcoins with this dominance starting to move up like it is. So the expectation is that this dominance is going to carry on moving up till possibly the 2nd or 3rd week of October. It doesn't mean that none of the altcoins will be moving. There will be the odd altcoin that will move, but majority of the movement is going to be, I think, possibly into Bitcoin. That's if it carries on trending up. Anything can happen in the current crypto market with regards to the news that's coming out, economic news that's coming out, that's affecting the markets. Okay, so that is regarding the Bitcoin dominance. Now, with the dollar dropping like it did this afternoon, the DXY, that has caused, first of all, Rand to strengthen slightly, where we've come from. When was this? That was this morning at 1810. We're now at 1785, so we've dropped quite a bit. The Rand is, I wouldn't say strengthened, the dollar is weakened. And the oil price has shot up. It's gone up by 4% today. It is at resistance here at $90 a barrel. Silver is at a massive push up at 8.5%. It's gone from this morning was roughly at 1938, it's at 2063. And I would imagine gold has also moved up. Gold's gone up by 2%. So that is all because of the dollar starting to weaken off there. So how great is that? Now, I want to just go back and do a comparison the current period that we've had over the last 11 months versus the previous bear market in 2018. And I just wanted to show you something here. If we go back into 2018, from the high in December so this was December 2017. We got to a high of 19,600. And if we have a look and see, we retraced to a first level year of roughly 70%. And that was around about 6,000, if I can remember. Just measure it again. Yeah. So our first move down was roughly about 70% to $6,000. And then it went sideways like this from, you would say, April 2018 to November 2018. So that was what, roughly 8 months? No. June, July, August.
11, 12 months.
7 months sideways. And then in November, there was a massive drop from that 6,000 all the way down to 3,100. And that drop right down to the bottom, to the low, was an 84% drop. Now, but in between there, there was some times, and this is on a weekly chart, where Bitcoin did go up. And we can see that in April 2018, Bitcoin went up here by about 50%. And then obviously came back down to the same price by June. And then there was another move up of sort of 40% and came back down to the same price. Okay, so this was 2018. So what I've showed you here, the first drop was 72%. Then the second drop went down to 84%. And then in between here, there was some moves up Bitcoin that went up 50%. So let's just focus on that and go back to the current market that we're sitting at and see where we are. So if we take the high of November last year and just apply a ruler there to our current price, there's 72%. So that is the same percentage as from the high in 2017 down to $6,500. But the first move up here, we went from roughly 18,500 to 25,300. That is a 35% move up. Remember 2018, that was a 51% move up. If we apply that now from the current price, a 51% move up will take us up to that level that I was talking about, up at 30,000. So there's a possibility that there will still be a 50% move up. But more importantly, so we've seen a 72% level down. If we do have another drop, and I'm using the words if, and apply an 84% drop from the all-time high in November last year, 84% will take us down to about 10,300. So I just wanted to show you that this 72% drop right now is the same as what we saw in 2018. And we just have to bear that in mind, that there is a possibility that we could have a further drop down to the 84% level, down to 10,200. That can come at any stage, like we saw in 2018. We went sideways for 7 months, then had a drop after that. So if we do start moving up, and if you are holding crypto, remember to take profits. Don't think that we are going to go to an all-time high. This area here up at 28 to 30,000 is going to be a very tough resistance area. It is better to take profits up the top here if you are holding crypto. If price had to break through this area and come and retest this area, so if we had to break through and come back and retest, you can always buy back in this area. So you would sell there in anticipation that price will get rejected and come moving down. But if price moves up and comes to retest, you would enter there at the same price again. You have to protect your dollars, once we get up into this area here. Daniel, I don't want to add anything there.
No, I'm happy with where you're going. Thanks, Jason. It's just my apology. I'll like to add something, and that is just between 2018's year and the year that we have now. There's so much that's different as well, because we had Corona drop just in 21, and then we had the Lunar drop here when we were busy doing our thing. We had all of a sudden the Lunar drop with all the other drops following that, with all the other chains. And that was part of the problem that exacerbated where we are at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But crypto is still live. Projects are still happening there. Crypto is not going to go away. And there's a saying, and I'm going to repeat it again: the money's made in the bear market. We have to be on top of this game. We cannot. This game is moving forward so quickly with new things that are coming on, that we have to stay abreast with the news. We need to know what's happening. That once price bottoms out, we need to know what projects we're going to be investing in, once we get down to the lower levels. Okay, so if we just have a look at the second biggest coin, Ethereum. And Ethereum, so in the low in June was right down here at 878. Remember that with Bitcoin, we almost got down to 17,600 again in the last month, but luckily stayed slightly ahead. But the Ethereum low is still very much lower than the current price. You can see it was right down here at $880. And with the ETH merge that took place in the first week of September, this actually pushed the price up right until the middle of August, reaching a high of $2,000. So there was, what is that? That is a 150% move over the space of 2 months. The second biggest coin went up and retraced, broke to the downside after the merge over a year, broke to the downside. And we are currently on a support here of 1270. And you can see this support that's currently on has been massive resistance previously in June. And if you even go back into history here, you can see this whole area has been previous resistance or support. So for now, it is acting support area. I have highlighted these two areas in blue, and the reason why I did that is that for the last almost 2 weeks, price has just been ranging up and down here between 1270 and 14, up and down, and hasn't got out of this range yet. So we need Ethereum to break out of this range to the upside. And the Bitcoin, unfortunately, is also in a range. If we just have a look at this other chart here, I'm just going to the 4-hour and excuse all the lines here, but if you can just focus on this 20,000 level, the top here, and this 18.5, you can see it's been in a massive range also over the same period. So Ethereum right now has got a bit of work to do to get out of this range, a move to the upside out of 1.4. The next resistance will be 1.47515 around there. And then it comes to that white resistance line like I showed you in Bitcoin. It comes from November. But as I said, Ethereum still got a bit of way to go before it gets to that line. If we do break to the downside, next support is about 1,000. Below that, there is a small support at 1.1. Then the next one, the major one, is here at 1,000 below this level here.
Sure.
Yeah, that's with regards to Ethereum. The only concern with Ethereum that we did have was a bit of a head and shoulder structure, if I can remember right. That if we just have a look here, this is normally a bearish structure. I think it came down here, if I can remember right, a head, and then a shoulder, and it broke to the downside. Something like that, yeah. So we're hoping that obviously doesn't play out here. Okay, so that as far as Ethereum's concerned. And then we've seen some nice moves in some of these other altcoins last week. XRP, of all coins, has broken out of a massive pennant formation that has been in since June. It broke out of here on the 22nd of September. And right now, it's broken out of another resistance, this orange line that is coming from, way back, April last year. So that's roughly 18, 19 months of resistance here that is actually broken through to the upside. And it is seemingly that is building a bit of a bullish structure here with possibility of a continuation to the upside there, XRP. There is news floating around that the XRP and the SEC that they're going to come to some sort of settlement. I'm not too close to it, but I just heard about that news and it's going to possibly take place. Then another coin that moved quite nicely last week was NIA. On the 27th of September, NIA moved up 15%. It's unfortunately retraced all the way back down again. So there's these odd coins that seem to be moving up quite nicely. Bitcoin Cash, I think, is pretty much flat. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash is flat. Cardano is doing nothing, unfortunately, right now, right down at 42 cents. Okay. Tony, I don't know if you want to add anything there.
No, I'm happy with where you're at. Thanks, Jason.
Okay, sorry, the other chart I just want to show you on Ethereum is Ethereum against Bitcoin. And what this chart shows us is whether Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin or Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. And from the middle of July, really, Ethereum's, with its move up from below $1,000 right up to 2,000, you can see how Ethereum outperformed Bitcoin. It then broke to the downside after the ETH merge. This was on the 15th, where Ethereum started selling off and broke the support line and has come retraced all the way down now to 0.067. So how this gets worked out is the current Ethereum price over Bitcoin, and you can see that fraction of 0.0675. So I still believe that there is a possibility of some more sort of downside in this chart, where we would retrace to a medium around about 0.062, 0.064. So I think Ethereum might carry on dropping, or Bitcoin will start going up like we showed you in the dominance chart there. Okay. So just getting back to what is a basic summary of what we see. We know that the months of October, November, and a bit of December are normally quite bullish for the markets. There will be obviously weeks in between those months that there will be a retracement or a correction, but overall those months are green. The telltale signs are already there that are showing us that that could be taking place, where we've seen that the 10-year yield has started to drop. It has broken below the support, the major support daily. It is currently right now retesting that. It's important that we get a rejection here and carries on moving down. And the DXY, which is the dollar indication of the dollar strength against another basket of other fiat currencies, has also been moving down since last week. And this is all positive for both stock market and crypto market. And we've seen how the S&P, for example, has really reclaimed the June low. It's above the June low. This hasn't been a rejection here and moved down. So this is all moving to the upside. And as I say, the signs are there that I think we could potentially have some good weeks ahead in the crypto market. And we obviously need to make sure that we get in early if we see this continuation the next day or two. And once we get up to those levels of resistance in Bitcoin, we need to make sure that we're taking profits. We don't want to be holding Bitcoin if it gets rejected at any of these resistance points higher up here. We don't want to be holding this coin where I've showed you that there is potentially we could retrace even more down to that 85% level at 10,300. And I'm using the word a possibility. Daniel, that's really all from my side. Unless you want to have a look at some other altcoins there.
Let's thank you, Jason. Let's stop there for this moment. Appreciate that, and thank you for showing us exactly where we are in the market for this very moment. Let me just get that out. My apology. And the key is that we need to go and continue looking forward and seeing what we're going to make in these month, 2 months, 2.5 months, depending on how long this upcycle or the season will be for us, so that we make sure that we make money. Allow me to just remind you of our crypto our YouTube channel, and please go subscribe, ring the bell so that you get the notifications when we put the videos on. And then the last thing I would like to show you or alert you to is our webpage. If you go subscribe, you will get the email telling you that we have a crypto talk and the link to it. But in the free stuff, if you just go there to the free workshops, there are 2 free workshops. There are still people asking me about, but what's the value of Bitcoin? Why do we have value in Bitcoin? And there are 2 free workshops that you can go and watch to show you exactly that. What's the difference between money and Bitcoin? And understand Bitcoin and blockchain workshop. We have made it available free to anyone that's part of our community, because we're here to serve you. But before I continue further, allow me to just go and say, Marius, you have something up your sleeve, and you said that tonight you will come and share with us just a word or two with regards to what we should do in the last few months and of this year. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Marius Adams, he's busy with day trading, and he calls himself the crypto wealth coach. And Marius, welcome to the call, and please share the little that you want to share.
Yes, Daniel, thank you. I'm actually just at the T-boy at the back. No, I'm just joking. So Jason, thank you for a great session. So yeah, what I just learned all over the years, and especially from last year till now, is that you have to take profits. And as Jason said, if you have a long-term portfolio, you can hodl that, but it is good to catch the waves and ride the waves. So just from this document that I just took a few screenshots, and I personally pay for my signals, and this is the successes that my day trade signals brought in over the last week or so. So this coin, LIBS, 19.34% in 4 days. PSL coin, 30%. And I will just share screen after this on TradingView and show you how this coin actually did better than this. And we have to be congruent that not all the signals that we get is positive. So there's a 7% stop loss that week down, but this VLX coin that is take profit 1 to 4 of 22.8%. Algo, Daniel, that is your favorite coin, is 4.91%. And LABS again 47% after 14 days. So yeah, waiting 14 days for a profit of 47%, it's not too shabby. So and Daniel, I so loved what you shared us way in the beginning when we started with cryptos. And I believe that we are still here in the innovators and the early adopters, and there's still a lot of people that should come into crypto. So just to share screen again, that PSL coin that I just showed you. Let me just go and look for it there on TradingView. And my wife was busy sending me some text. So I just took a small profit there. I actually bought in there, and waiting for the coin to go up. But just look at this. Since the 15th of September, 500, nearly 600%. And then that coin went down, and you could have made about 500 to 600% at the first time and another 300% at the second run, and then it went back again. And I don't know what it's going to do now from here, but I think, Jason, maybe this is one of your coins that you also can have a look at, the PSL coin. So yeah, what I'm just busy with, especially the last few months of the year, is to catch the waves and take some profit of coins, Daniel.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. And thank you for being congruent and showing us what you're doing. And yes, there are opportunities in the market. Jason has showed us with Ethereum, there were huge opportunities in the last little while. And we just need to catch and be ready and catch those. And but tonight we said we're going to talk about our preparation for the end of the year of 2022, and 2022 is nearly gone, and we have 2.5 months of taking profit in this year. And thank you, Jason, for setting that up for us. But please give us your last thoughts and ideas and expand on what you showed us earlier with what you still want to add for tonight. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. So just getting back to the Bitcoin dominance. Now, the reason why, as I say, we look at this this chart is to give us an indication where the money is flowing. Is the money flowing into Bitcoin? Is the money flowing into altcoins? Because it doesn't make sense to hold a coin that is not moving. You want to see your money working for you on a continual basis. Now, if we go back, and I'm just going to go back to last year, I'm not going to go to the year before that, but just to see how the money flowed over the last 3 months of the year, we can see that beginning of October, it was all about Bitcoin dominance going up, money flowed into Bitcoin. And that was till roughly the 20th of October. And then the money flowed out of Bitcoin and back into the altcoins. And you can see how the altcoins took off from the 20th of October all the way down till the 5th of January. Okay, that's possibly a bad example. That is last year, but it just showed you that the money was flowing into the alternative coins from the 20th of October. Let us just quickly have a look at 2020 as an indication there. And that was, why is this chart not loading here? Come on. Taking us time here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so in 2020, we carried on up till the middle of November, where Bitcoin outperformed the alternative coins. And then for a small period from the 20th of November to the 25th of November, money flowed into altcoins. And then from the 26th of November to the 3rd of January, it was all about Bitcoin in 2020. And this was a period where Tesla and BlackRock and Grayscale all got into Bitcoin. That's why this was possibly a bad example where it was all about Bitcoin then. And I can clearly remember that period, sitting here, being frustrated, looking at the alternative coins and saying to ourselves, why are we in these alternative coins when Bitcoin went from $10,000 right up to $30,000? I can remember that time clearly. But let us just, I think we could base ourselves on last year and possibly see a continuation of this dominance to the upside, possibly going up and reaching the 44% in the sort of around about the middle of October. And then hopefully we're going to get a rejection there and we're going to see this dominance start moving down, and then it's going to be all about the alternative coins. But it does not mean at all that none of these alternative coins are going to not move. There will be the odd alternative coin that have moved. And if we just look for today, as an example, Rune's gone up 3.3%, EJD 6, QNT 5, MKR 5, Matic 3.5. So alternative coins still move over the period that Bitcoin is moving up, but majority of the time the money is flowing into Bitcoin. So we just need to keep that in mind too, with regarding to how the money flows. That's it from me, Donnie.
Cool. Thank you, Jason, and thank you for a job well done tonight. Marius, last thoughts from you?
Yeah, Daniel, all that I can say is keep on taking profits. When you can, don't just hodl your coins. If the opportunity goes, I mentored a very dear friend of mine, and he just started with $2,000 to $3,000 a year ago, and he just his whole vision and his strategy is to take profits with every trade, and just before the well, I don't want to call it a crash, but before the prices went down from December till now, he cashed out $20,000 just by taking profits with every trade, 5% here, 10% there, 15% there. So that is definitely a great strategy to have. So Jason, Daniel, thank you for a great evening.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. And yes, team, we have to go make sure that we take profit off the table regularly. We have to make sure that we go find the movers and the shakers in the market and go have a little bit in there. It's not a time to be all in. It's a time to be conservative, but it's a time to take profits off the table. Thank you, team. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Marius. And I forgot to say earlier that the young gun, Phip Smith, Andre is busy with a youth camp. So that's why he's not here. He's leading a youth camp. So that's why he's not here tonight. But I really enjoyed tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Have a good night. And we bless you with green candles in this week. Have a good one. Bye-bye.